Good afternoon, Brian. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well.
Okay, good. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Let's go personal, and then you can tell me about where you're going to school and what you're studying.
So I was born and raised in Berkeley, California. I attended all Berkeley public schools, home to Malcolm X, Longfellow, Berkeley High School. In middle school, I started playing basketball in the sixth grade, and that continued throughout my high school career. Senior year as varsity captain, helped lead my team to state. Other than that, I was in high school. I was in IB.
What's IB?
It's the International Baccalaureate program. I was in this since my freshman year, and I was just exposed to a lot of, it has a global focus, that school particularly. So I had a big global focus on a lot of things coming in from my freshman year.
And you were learning a second language. What was that?
Correct. I started taking Mandarin my freshman year. The reason why I was interested in Mandarin is because going into high school, I knew I wanted to do something business related by the time I was, as a career, potentially. And I saw that the economies around the world globally, China was growing very rapidly, and is now the second largest economy in the world. And we have a big trading partnership with China. So I thought it would be a smart idea to learn their language. So if I do want to pursue that career in the future, that's something I have in my back pocket.
Okay, great. So, you attend college at
I attended University of California, Riverside. Yeah.
So, you just completed your first year there. What did you think of school? I know you were also pledging during that time, but what have you learned so far from just your first year at school?
First year at school, just being away from the house. You don't really have too much, restrictions anymore. So you have more freedom to do what you want, and I say that's a good thing. I learned a lot more about myself and things I could do without help from my mom and my grandmother particularly, and just getting to know people more. There's a lot of different personalities you're going to run through in college, and a lot of different ways people handle themselves or situations. So you just learn the best way to be around people and adjust and fit best to your setting. I think that's the biggest thing I learned from college.
All right. Well, the summer before your senior year at Berkeley, you were involved with an internal internship at Kingsford Capital and Mike Wilkins. So can you tell me a little bit about that, about your experience, and then I've got some specific questions I'll ask you in a second.
That was a great experience actually. Only downfall just because it's the summer, 6 in the morning, so it's just like that was an adjustment. But other than that, I think I did learn a lot. Mike was very helpful in teaching me anything I was interested in or curious about. It was fun just for the simple fact that he would give us these tasks to complete during the day, and he would just, sometimes he would just send us an email and he would be like, figure out what's wrong with this company, or things in that nature, and it's just like, I have no clue what's wrong with the company. But then, he would talk to us and explain, okay, this, you should check for this, and always check for this. And he's like, well, expose me to new things like that. Also, the other employees that worked there were really fun to work with, very wonderful. They also were helpful in anything that I needed help with. Database entry, I did that as well. Got very comfortable with the stock market and stock names and abbreviations.
So I know that when you first went there, getting ready to be a high school senior, that your in-depth knowledge of finance before that, in a career situation was probably pretty nil, but by the time you left, you had learned a lot. So
Yeah.
Can you summarize some of the things that you learned while you were there?
Yeah, so some things I learned, just the biggest takeaway for me was when we're looking at companies, and not all companies are fraudulent, but looking at fraudulent companies in particular, and what characteristics you could draw from that. So looking at their stock promoters and seeing if they have a shaky past of promoting stocks that have never turned out to bring any value to anyone. I learned a lot about shorting, things in that nature. Learned about how the stock market works, how it plays, how influences from the real world they're very impactful to the stock market. And those were the biggest takeaways that I learned from that personally. There was like a little more technical words I learned as well. I learned how to read quarterly reports as well. But those were the biggest takeaways, just looking at companies and knowing if they're a solid company or not, and if you want to ever bet against them.
Right. Well, if I was a hiring manager and I wanted to consider hiring you to maybe down the line as a full-time employee, but for the summer, what should I think about you? What are the qualities that you think that you bring to the table?
Well, as you mentioned before, how I started off coming into Kingsford with no knowledge and left with a lot of knowledge. I absorb a lot of information very quickly. I'm very dedicated to learn whatever task is put in front of me and to excel at that and be very precise, responsible, and hardworking with anything that's given to me. So I will look forward to anybody who's willing to hire me for the summer. Just now give best effort. I'm a people's person. I work very well with people regardless of race, religion, gender, sexuality, orientation. It doesn't really matter with me. Everybody's a person. Work really well with others, and I'm just really looking forward to learning new things. That's what this is about. So just learning new things, being exposed to new things. I'm very open to that, and this is something I have a high interest in.
All right. Well, BJ, thank you so much, and we look forward to what lies ahead for the summer.
Thank you.